must not escape.
The humanoid must not escape. The intruder must not escape. Attack it. The humanoid.
The intruder. The humanoid must not escape.
Get it. Get it. Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
The humanoid must not escape.
Guard the humanoid.
Kill the intruder. Attack the humanoid. Attack it. The humanoid must not escape.
Get the humanoid.
The intruder must not escape.
Guard it.
Get it. The humanoid must not escape.
Intruder alert. Intruder alert. The intruder must not escape.
Shoot it.
Destroy it. Intruder.
The intruder must not escape. Shoot the intruder. The intruder must not escape. Get the intruder. The humanoid must not escape. Guard the intruder.
Intruder alert. Intruder alert. The intruder must not escape. Get the intruder. intruder. Intruder alert, intruder alert.
The humanoid must not escape.
Shoot the intruder.
Destroy the humanoid.
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
The humanoid must not escape.
Target. Destroy the intruder. Get the humanoid. Intruder alert, intruder alert. The intruder must not escape. Attack the humanoid.
Kill the humanoid.
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
Target.
The intruder must not escape. Shoot the humanoid.
The intruder must not escape. Kill the intruder.
Kill.
The intruder must not escape. Kill it.
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
The humanoid must not escape. Shoot it.
Chicken, fight like a robot. Destroy the intruder. The humanoid must not escape.
Attack the intruder.
The intruder must not escape.
Attack the humanoid.
Destroy the intruder alert, intruder alert. The intruder must not escape. Kill the intruder. Intruder alert, intruder alert.
The humanoid must not escape.
Kill the intruder. Intruder alert. The humanoid must not escape.
Kill the intruder. Charge the intruder.
The humanoid must not escape.
Destroy the humanoid.
Got the humanoid.
Got the
Intruder alert, intruder alert. Destroy the humanoid. Intruder alert, intruder alert. The humanoid must not escape. Charge the intruder. The humanoid must
not escape.
Charge the humanoid.
Attack it.
Destroy it.
The humanoid must not escape. Charge the intruder. The humanoid must not escape.
Shoot it. The intruder must not escape. Charge the intruder.
Get it.
Intruder alert, intruder alert. The intruder must not escape. Charge it. Intruder alert, intruder alert. Destroy the chicken, fight like a robot. Charge the humanoid.
The intruder must not escape.
The humanoid must not escape. Shoot it. Shoot the intruder. The humanoid must not escape.
Attack it.
Intruder alert, intruder alert. The humanoid must not escape.
Get the humanoid. Attack it. Get the humanoid must not escape. Kill the humanoid.
Intruder alert, intruder alert. Charge the intruder must not escape. Intruder alert, intruder alert.
The intruder must not escape.
Kill the humanoid. Intruder alert, intruder alert. The intruder must not escape. Get it. Intruder, the humanoid must not escape. Attack the humanoid.
The humanoid must not escape. Get it. intruder must not escape.
Got the humanoid. Got the intruder alert. Intruder alert. Got the humanoid.
Got the intruder. Destroy it. Destroy the intruder. Shoot the humanoid.
The humanoid must not escape. The humanoid must not escape.
Charge the humanoid.
Get the intruder. Kill it. Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
Charge.
The intruder must not escape.
Well, indeedly doodly, the intruder must not escape. My eyeballs! Where are they? Okay, they're there. Welcome to the Great Uncle Pixel Show, complete with eyeballs. Where I, Great Uncle Pixel, will come on and sing a silly song. Or write a silly game. One or the other. Probably the latter. Possibly the former. Whoop. Okay, we don't need that anymore. Sound effects. Yay. Anyway, there's something I thought I wanted to do, but I guess I didn't do it. Fascinating. Anyway, the thing I wanted to do is open the Godot docs, because I am going to do something difficult today. I don't know how difficult it's going to be. I should say that in advance. Don't know exactly how difficult it's going to be. I know it's not something I've done with Godot before. So, whoop. First thing I'm going to do, make a backup. In case I mess something up drastically. Yeah, if I mess something up drastically, that way I'll be able to restore from this version, which is functioning. Now, I'm not entirely sure exactly how to do this, or if it's possible, with just the tools I have. Because I, admittedly, have never done anything online. And I'm not entirely sure if itch.io. Oh, itch.io must support that. I've played other people's games on there that are online, so I can, assumingly, do it. I'm not sure how. Yeah, I have the game running in the background, obviously. Yay! Dun, da, da. I've even looked at the game here. It's two kings. It's not a checkmate game though, so it doesn't matter. There wouldn't be two kings if it was a checkmate game. Yikes. I say yikes because I got distracted watching the game, like so. Oh. Oh, right. I thought the king was going to capture the checker, but then I realized that's the red king and it's the black king and the black checker. It's not going to capture its own piece. That's wrong. That is wrong because there's two red kings over here. It should have said just white pieces are blocked. All four red pieces can move. The two white pawns cannot. So something is wrong here. It's checking. Is there something wrong with my if-then statement? So let me do that before I do anything else. I want to bug fix before I start attempting to add giant new stuffs. Movement. If not, await player blocked. One, two, three, four. Here we go. Doing this. It's doing this instead of this. Did I hide that window? I did not. In fact, before I hide that window, let me switch players and see what happens. Switch to player 1. Okay, and that time it did it correctly. Oh. Someone crashed. Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, it thinks it's still game over mode, so it won't actually let me. Anyway, that is correct. White pieces blocked, black wins. Does it okay when I'm paying attention to it. Print. Debug. Current player moves. Other player moves. Oops. Sorry. Well, backslash n. Available moves. Not active player. And let me scroll up. Did I hide that window? I did not. Of course I did not. It's okay. All I did was put in a print debug statement. I want to look here for... okay. Uh, what's happening here? According to this, the game is still running. Still checking moves. Shouldn't be. It's showing that it's movement right now. Right. Okay. Huh. Right. I paused it. So let's let's just quit. Just quit that. Player 2. Okay, let's see here. I want movement, right? Is this movement? This is P Queen. No, this isn't P Queen. Okay, yeah, it's the movement. This is movement. There it is. That's, no. Yes, I'll leave it there. Yeah, I've been trying to think about how to do this for quite a while. Still not 100% sure. Even beyond the actual online stuff. Uh-oh. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to me floundering. Well, that's too bad, but it's, good to see you back. Oh, that's nice. Nice summer vacation. Wow, I feel old. Last week of school at the end of. Then again, I'm thinking of the U.S. I don't know when school in the U.S. ends these days, but pretty nice. You can sit back, relax for 6 weeks. Hopefully, let the brain recover. That's great. I always got so nervous at the end of the year. Always was afraid that my. Oh, well, that's even better. Well, now you failed grammar. Or spelling. One or the other. Both. Go back to school! Because let me tell you, I have never, ever, once, ever made a spelling error. Just so you know. At least not today. Much. Nope, nope. I made a spelling error today. Darn it, before you joined. Never mind. No, easy. Oh, that's very nice. Do you know how much was made in total? That sounds really nice. I and good on you for doing it. I honestly I don't think I would have done it in my. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a little more subtle than it's a little less subtle than it used to be, but it's still pretty subtle. It looks less subtle on the chessboard than it does in battle. That wasn't in, that wasn't intentional, but I wonder if I did something wrong there. I'll have to check that. Oh, oh, well, that's pretty nice. TDS? GTS? No, it's not disabled. I hear it. Maybe I don't have it turned up enough? Maybe. Oh yeah, the audio is not coming through very well. There we go. Crank that up.
Pugilus said, I don't.
That's odd because it. I'm looking at the microphone input and it's coming through.
Pugilus said, now it works.
Okay, I turned it up a few notches. I had turned it down so that the game sound wouldn't get overwhelming, and that it's all on the same audio line, the text to speech and the game sounds. Do do do. Mm. I don't know if you can hear, but I don't think you were here when I added the new sound effects. Now all the pieces have different sound effects for their attacks. So, the Empress is still using the original sound effect because I couldn't find one I liked for her. You know, it occurs to me both. Fine, both.
Pugilus said,
Huh.
one girl is going to donate 40 euros alone. It's crazy. I've done one of these runs since first grade and we were always donating to different organizations. During COVID we sadly couldn't do one, but everyone raised a lot of money. Is that also a thing in the US or France?
I don't know
Admiral
about. I've never
said,
been to school in France,
"Is
so I
it
don't
me
know.
or are the knight pieces not moving correctly?"
I don't know. There weren't any knights in that game. But I've never heard of that in the U.S., and I don't know enough about the French schools. We don't have any kids, so never done. By the time I got here, I was very an adult.
Admiral Cage said, 0.0.
Yep, there were no knights in that game whatsoever. I don't think. Let's see. No knights in this game either.
Admiral Cage said, "What were the horse pieces?"
Let's see. That piece right there, that's an empress.
I don't know if this is a regional thing or a Bavarian thing or a German thing tbh.
Let's see. Yeah, that's an empress. That's a princess. That's that's an Amazon. That's another princess. That's another Amazon, or another empress. Empress has a Amazon has a wide range of movement. That's why she has the crown. She's half knight, half queen. Uh, Empresses are half knight, half rook. Notice the rook
Ujula
design at the bottom.
said, "Why is the cracking so subtle?"
Oh, it's less subtle here. Whoops, I didn't want to hit end game. I hit the wrong button.
So the horse with tentacles is a princess?
Yeah, it's what the bishop. It's part of the bishop design on some chess pieces, on some chess icons. So it's got the top half of a knight and the bottom half of a bishop. But yeah, the cracking isn't supposed to be that subtle. It's supposed to be 100% cracking. I think in battle I have it. I'm using a different algorithm.
Gujulus said, "But the horse does not miss part of its head."
Nope, horse gets his whole head. Her whole head? Oh, yes. The cracking's a little different here. Whoop. Okay. I just hide that for a moment while I do some actual editing on the crack. Because I have a different. Apparently, I have a different different crack routine here. Uh,
Gujulus said,
huh.
"Can you maybe scale up the texture, so it's bigger?"
Maybe. I mean, I can. That may look better. Make it a lot bigger. Alright, has to add a new crack. So I probably should make a sub. I think I was going to make a function for that specifically, but and then didn't. Second.
Gujalas said, I have started playing Deponia BTW, but am stuck at trying to get the handcuffs. Gujalas
The handcuffs.
How did you get M?
Oh, I remember that one. I put the leg cuffs. I turned it to the fire. I turned it to the fire. I took the leg manacles out of the police setting, turned it to the fire setting, put the leg manacles in there, and then switched it back to the police setting, and then the leg manacles knock the handcuffs off of the thing. There it is. There it is.
Said, what did you put in the cabinet?
Which cabinet? Let's see what that looks like. Turn the cursor off.
Gujalas said, you'll figure it out SMH.
The cabinet. There's so many cabinets in that game.
Admiral Cage said, add Gujalas coffee, tea, and sugar.
That game was just a. I didn't enjoy it much, I have to say. A lot of the puzzles were very, very abstruse.
Said, sorry, only half paying attention. Thought I would throw a joke out there.
Oh, I saw the joke. I never put anything in my cabinets that don't belong there. What am I talking about? I don't know. Yeah, let's see what this crack looks like. Open. Normal. Random. Checkmate. White. CPU 1. Make it easy. On me. Did I say it to checkmate? I think I did. It looks like check. Oh, it must be checkmate because there's checkers. Logic. Oh, wrong button. Not bad. Yeah, the cracking's a little more obvious now. Oh, that was not actually very smart. Yeah, I just want to see what the Kraken looks like. Unleash. Kraken, comma, unleash the. Ow. Yeah, I think the cracking's a little more obvious with larger textures. With a larger crack texture. I should have just charged at him. A knight. That is a knight, and it's very difficult to beat. It's really hard. It has armor. Fast cooldown. So it's not impossible to defeat, but it's difficult to defeat without taking some damage. So I'm pulling back. Kill a checker. Checker fights exactly like a pawn. It is basically a pawn. Yeah, I didn't think I'd win that, but... I wanted the Duchess's attack to be a scream of sorts. A sonic blast. So while I was looking for sound effects for the bishop, I typed in, I think, holy as the Aw. Damn it. I'm just sitting here waiting. I forgot I'm player one. Yeah, I was looking for sound effect for that sound. I typed in holy into Pixabay. Ah. And one of the sounds that came up was called the voice of God. And I said to myself, Self, that sounds hilarious. I don't know what I'm going to use this for, but I'm definitely downloading this. And so I did. And then I wound up using it for the, yeah, the checkers look really cracked. King versus Checker King. And I win. Because the Checker King hits like a truck. The regular checker fights exactly the same as the pawn, while the Checker King fights like fights basically like a really, really fast melee rook. Really hard-hitting attack. Anyway, I'm sure I've discussed this before. I've been watching videos of other people's game development things as a kind of a tried way to figure out what we should do being. And they repeat themselves a lot too. Because I can't assume I've seen every episode, but I guess. I still cannot figure out why sometimes when one side in a computer versus computer game, when one side is blocked, the game ends saying both sides are blocked. I think it's just a message issue. I think it's showing the wrong message. I think it's showing the wrong message as opposed to actually quote-unquote thinking that both sides are blocked. Because both sides are not blocked. Let me bring up the appropriate routine. Is this, this is battle piece. Yeah, okay. I want movement. Blocked. Right. It's right here. This is the whole thing to check whether it's blocked. I keep getting both players are blocked. Draw game. But I don't think it thinks that. Think, I use the term loosely.
Gogulus said, I found a bug with the crack.
You did? Where?
Gogulus said, the crackling stays at the same place while the preview of the move moves.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's because that's technically a different piece. The one that you're just moving the highlight. You're not moving the piece itself until you move the piece. I don't think the crack should follow the selection
Vigilous
square.
said. Also the knight is up in fights.
The knight is pretty powerful in fights. I made it strong to make up for the fact that it's melee, but the fact that it's melee, you can just charge in and
Vigilous said. It's way too fast, it almost is a hard counter against everything.
yeah, I've discovered that I think the best thing to do with the knight is just slow it down a bit. Let's see, speed 500. Let's try speed 400. And you know what? Let's lower its armor. I did lower its attack already. It used to be 10. And I raised its cooldown. It used to be 40 frames. Now it's 50. You know what? Let's raise it up to 60. One attack a second. I want the pawn to still be very fast. Yeah. 40 frames, so 2/3 of a second recharge. Speed 400. Defense 1. My Sea King stats. Speed 400, attack 10, defense 1, cooldown 60. Oh, okay, so now it's the knight is the Checker King's exactly the same as the knight, except more power, except stronger. And with a lot more, and with the rook's health. Rook's stats looking like? Attack 12. Okay, yeah, that's shot speed 550, speed 200. Yeah, let me slow the knight down to 300. Make it even slower than the pawn. It's got all that heavy armor on. I could give it the heavy armor then. So it has some chance to get in close. I think attack 8 makes it weaker than the queen. But that's makes sense. The queen is supposed to be... Yeah. Oh, it makes it equal to the queen. Shot speed 800? I'm gonna need to sit down and shot speed 1000. Ooh. Amazon shot speed 900. Why is an arrow faster than lightning? The world may never know.
Vigilous said. Also please make the countdown visible. Vigilous.
Which countdown?
The cooldown, sorry.
Oh, the cooldown. Yes. I do think I need to make that more obvious. There is a sound when there is a cooldown sound. But I did lower it to, let's lower it to -5. Because it was too loud originally.
Angeles said. Some people don't play games with sound, you know.
That's true. Huh. I did want to do that. That is something I was considering doing. So that's a good idea to do. Oh, no, I don't want to crack modulate. Where is color? Let me just make sure. Okay. Cooldown counter equals piece B cooldown. Color, piece P modulate equals 1, 1, 1, 1. Whoops. Color 1, 1, 1, 1. Where is the shoot routine? Set up sounds. Shoot. Okay. Shoot play. Let's see what that looks like. Uh, what's wrong is what it does. Oh no, that's because that's the wrong one. Player modulate. Oh, nice. Do is dim the piece when it can't fire. When it's recharging. I don't think I need an actual countdown, but
Pugilus said. How is the online part going so far? Just read
It's
the
not.
description.
Yeah, it's not. It is not. It is me being distracted by everything else. By, as I suspected would happen. I got dead.
Pugilus said. Sorry lol.
Oh, I like that. I do like that effect.
Pugilus said. We can't see it BTW.
Oh, of course. Oh no, I'm being killed. I got killed. Oh. Yeah, now the piece darkens when it fires. I also turned up the sound, but turned up the recharge sound, but
Pugilus said. That looks good in its diegetic UI.
yeah. Oh, this is only CPU level 1. That's nice too.
Pugilus said. Meaning it does not just add a new bar.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think that does look good. Yeah. Last couple updates have been things I've been meaning to do and which aren't hard, but I just didn't do them. Like like Fridays was the sound effects. I know a lot of people don't play games with sound on, but sound effects have always been very important to me in my games, both playing and designing. And I don't even think these are these are may or may not be the permanent sound effects because they're all just stock sound effects I found on Pixabay, and might want to make my own. I probably will want to make my own. So I just I'll need to get a sound effect maker. I have some ideas for that. I might do a funny and just pull up a I might pull up a Commodore 64 emulator and make sound effects on that if I still remember how. It's been a while since I made sound effects in BASIC. Um, let me just check something here. That's so Sorry, I was looking at one of my own ads for this stream slash this game, and someone commented, "Yeah, when you lose a chess piece, you just put a checker in its place." Exactly, exactly. Logic. I like that other people can see the vision. Now, yeah, I am not quite sure how to add online stuff to this game. But what I do know is now that I've made all these little changes, I'm going to make another backup before I start trying to do anything too drastic here. And in fact, I'm going to do an export as well so I can update it, update the web page later. Let's see. I'm going to call this chess 10B. Okay. Save. And I'll actually upload it a little later, but I can at least export it right now. There we go, exported. Okay. Uh, okay, so I have to do this in two parts. Uh, I don't. Okay. Let me think. If did I? This is battle. There's CPU control. There's remote control. Okay. I need to sit down and think about this one. I need to to sit. Think. Too bad. Okay. I need to do this in several steps. Okay, step 1, connecting to a game. How to do? Question mark, question mark, question mark. This is I've got some real underpants gnome going on, planning going on here. I got a lot of question marks in my movement, battle, send, need commands to send signals to other connection and a routine to detect signals from the other connection. Question mark, question mark, question mark. See what's going on. Okay. Initializing the network. This high-level networking in Godot is managed by the scene tree. Each node has a multiplayer property, which is a reference to the multiplayer API instance configured for it by the scene tree. Oh ho! Godot has native built-in stuff for this. I was hoping it did. And create client. Managing connections, remote procedure calls. Call remote, call local. Unreliable? Oh dear. Reliable. Channel index, multiplayer, get remote sender ID. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Okay. What do I want? Let's see. I want a simple one-on-one multiplayer. Physics. Hmm. Yeah, I have seen that there have been updates. This is not what I want. Scene tree. Multiplayer poll? Get multiplayer. Multiplayer API. See also multiplayer peer. Just plus. Let us see. Add child node. Uh, all I see is multiplayer spawner and multiplayer synchronizer. If I create, I'm just creating a whole new scene tree. Other node, multiplayer spawner. Now I think I need the synchronizer. And then let me add a blank script. Huh, okay. That doesn't help me at all. Look at this mess here. Oh, you can't look at it. I've got that window up. That dumb window showing me nothing. See, add child node, multiplayer spawner. Ooh, that has in it. A valid node path must be set in the spawn path property in order for multiplayer spawner to be able to spawn nodes. Oh. Aww. Is that right? Did I set that? I don't know if I said that right, but that's fine. All I'm doing is just creating new scripts for both of these so I can see what said new scripts look like. Okay, so they don't have anything by default. I was hoping they would, like the way a rigid, not a rigid body 2D, but a body 2D starts with all the commands needed to do a running jumping routine. Oh no, I finished my drink. And I don't think this should go in its own node. If I'm understanding this correctly, I will want this to be part of the main scene tree. So I don't want this to be its own scene tree. I need this thing to have to be able to call. I think I want this to be a sub, to be a child node sub. I want it to be a submarine. I want it to be a yellow submarine sandwich. Because I have always thought in the back of my mind, cheese and onions. And boy, if you get that reference, you're not just old, you're weird. I have always thought in the back of my mind, cheese and onions. Do, do, do. I have always thought that the world was unkind, cheese and onions. Boop, boop, boop. I'm just getting distracted singing. I told you I'd sing, given half a chance. Now I've gotten that song stuck in my head, so I might have to sing the whole thing. Which is not that long, actually. It's not a very long song. You're just staring at this. You. Oh, auto spawn list. That element. Okay, let me look at things over here. Route path. Yeah. Replication interval. Visibility update mode. Physics. Let's do physics. Editor description, physics interpolation, mode, priority, physics priority, thread group. Physics interpretation. Editor description. Yeah. Add metadata. I don't want to add metadata. I've decided. So, where are all the other multiplayer API Godot things? There's scene multiplayer. That's a class. Okay. The default implementation of multiplayer API used to provide multiplayer functionalities in Godot engine. This implementation supports RPCs via node.rpc and node.rpc-id and requires multiplayer API.rpc to be passed a node. It will fail for other object types. This implementation additionally provides scene tree replication via the multiplayer spawner and multiplayer synchronizer nodes and the scene replication config resource. Wow, this is above my pay grade. I'm sure I can get it. It's just I can't get it from here. You can't get there from here. What I can get from here is another bottle of water. So, you know what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak away for a moment. I'll be right back. Like so. Be right back. And I'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. While I take care of some business. Like getting a new drink. Be Do I have to spell it out? No, no. CHESEANDONIONS. Oh no. Told you I'd be back soon. Told you it wouldn't take too long. I've got crackers. Not sure I'm supposed to be eating crackers, but I'm going to eat some crackers. The That song, of course, is "Cheese and Onions" from the legendary rock album "Only Sergeant Rudder's Only Darts Club Band." By, of course, the legendary band from Liverpool. You've heard of them. Of course, you've heard of them. They have had a great effect on music over the decades. The Ruddles, the Prefab Four. Dirk, Barry, Stig, and Nasty. The Ruddles. You have no idea what I'm talking about, I know. I barely have any idea what I'm talking about in crackers. Reminds me of having soup at my great aunt's house when I was a little kid. Green Uncle Pixel's gone bye bye. Green Uncle Pixel's gone bye bye. What do you have left, Egon? I also need to keep an eye on the time. I am expecting a delivery at 7 p.m. So I will have to sign off before then. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not what I want. At least not here. At least not now. Uh, don't save. Just delete the whole scene. I don't need it. I have I do have the nearly empty script saved here. I can delete those later if I need them or don't want them or... Hey, there's a frog. So, did I hear a phone ring? That's weird. I don't think I heard a phone ring. Yeah. Where did I put my drink? There it is. There it is. Okay, I did not hear a phone ring. Did not hear a drink. You know, the problem is it's Monday. But anyway, hey. So there we go. I've declared this variable multi. Okay. Okay, yeah. On the one hand, okay, on the one hand, right, multiplayer API. I think I have a vague impression how to implement this. On the other hand, I think it would have been better had I done this from the start. This looks like something I would have needed to build much of the game around. So jamming it in now might be I like that little victory tune. It's a little Amro, you win. Now, crack. Empress got this. Oh, yeah, sorry. Got distracted watching my own game instead of reading the documentation. That's not my game. I have that running in the background just to have sounds. I suddenly feel so tired. So I'm just kind of staring blankly at my own game as it shoots itself to death. I'm going to upload this version with these slight alterations, but okay. I want to look at this. Now, the problem is the other problem is I don't have a server. I assume that it's something I can, will not be an issue if it goes through, I don't want to have multiple players connected to a central server. I want to have two players connected to each other. I want a peer-to-peer connection, not a, and I don't know if that's possible with, and,
Gugulus said, maybe by using the itch username.
yeah, maybe. Do na 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 na. Hmm. I start to feel like this is not something I should have tried to do on stream. Turn that down a bit. It's hurting my ears. Ah. Yeah, sorry, this is not can't be the most So I have all these things. Get packet peer. Now I want to set it up so it connects to one peer. Oh no. I set it up so it gives a list of people it could connect to. And then you choose one. Hmm. Is the initialized board properly? Yes, yes. Okay. I want add pieces to board. I'm gonna put in some notes here. Pieces key true. Okay. Because I want all these. If true. Placeholder in a in a in a remote multiplayer game. This information will be grabbed from the peer instead. Also sets up remote a vague idea I had about a boss fight. Where all the white with true, else pass. Okay. This will allow each player to set. Will allow each player to choose what type of game it is on their own. So that one side can have the standard chess setup and the other side can have random pieces, for example. I don't know how balanced that is. It depends on the random pieces. I think normal pieces versus fairy, the fairy pieces definitely have the advantage. But ultimately, that choice is up to the player. I think I'll want to put in the ability to see what your opponent chose. Yeah, this is going to require some Woof. It requires some setting. Yeah, Pat, this will be filled in later once I get the peer-to-peer stuff working. I realize P2P could be considered pay-to-play, but no, I mean peer-to-peer. I'm just looking. I'm looking through you. Where have you gone? Oh, no. Mhm. Uh, man, I am just a little fried today. More fried than I thought. So I have ideas. I have first steps. Uh, oh, oh. Oh, no, I don't want that there. If event t code equals t s while event key code equals key p show pieces. Like I said, I never make a spelling error. Did I turn the volume down? Let me just check something here. It's no, 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 no. That's not me. Okay. Uh, just something just froze. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Why is everything? This is worrying me. This is worrying. Uh, thing just you can't see it, but it just froze. Everything just froze. Not everything, just Godot. Come on, unfreeze. Unfreeze, please. Unfreeze, freeze, freeze for me. Please, 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 unfreeze for me. Please, 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 please for me. And deep, deep, beep, 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 beep. Okay. So this thing is not unfreezing. Close. Ugh. Try and close this. Yes, close the program. Godot engine is not responding. We. I don't know why it's showing that window. That window's closed too. Reopen Godot. 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 Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, is it loading? Is it loading? Come on, load. 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 Load? That's not the right window. Chess Plus copy. Load again? Come on, Chess Plus. There we go. Okay. Did I hurt something? Who hurt you? I believe the problem is I put in a while loop. Thing always gets stuck up on while loops, don't you? Don't you, little one? I put in a while loop and everything goes crashy crash. Well, baby, well, crashy crash. I like the fighting in Fey chess. Just occurred to me now. I like that they line up exactly. They have exactly the same number of letters, and that is a monospaced font, so they line up perfectly. I really like that font. That is, it's the default font for the Intellivision system. Which is not a console I've ever owned. I have never owned an Intellivision, which is too bad because there's a couple games on there I want. It's likely that we'll see some more releases of those games in the near future because Atari bought Mattel's Intellivision library. So they have the rights to all the Intellivision games. Mattellivision. Mattellivision would have been a funny name for the console. That's what Coleco did with the ColecoVision. So if Mattel had made theirs the Mattelevision, that would have been pretty funny. But no, it's the Intellivision, and I don't know if Atari is buying the IP includes the licensed games, but it doesn't really matter. They can't even if they own the licensed games, they can't they can't release it without the license. Just like their own licensed games, they can't re-release Raiders of the Lost Ark or say Phoenix. I don't think they can release Phoenix. I'll have to look up what games were on the Atari 50, which I just got myself yesterday as a little present. Atari, all of Namco, Bandai Namco's games are on there, but that's because they specifically have been working with Bandai Namco so they've been able to re-release games like the various Atari versions of Pac-Man, Galaga, Galaxian, Dig Dug, especially Dig Dug. Can't think if there are any others. At least not in that collection. But I remember those three. Not the arcade Pac-Man, interestingly enough. Just the home versions. And that stands out to me because Dig Dug did have the arcade version. Though that may be because... That may be for other reasons, actually. Atari originally published the arcade version of Dig Dug as well. But they didn't publish the arcade version of any of Namco's, then just Namco's other games. Pac-Man was Bally Midway. Galaxian, I think, was also Bally Midway. Pretty sure it was. I think Galaxian and Galaga were both Bally Midway. Bally Midway these days is owned by Warner Brothers, and they don't even know it. I'm pretty sure they don't know it. I'm pretty sure that because Atari was a mess for a while. They sell the new owners when they took over. The former owner of Commodore, of all things, bought Atari and kind of split it in half because he just wanted the computer stuff. So I'm pretty sure it was him. He sold the arcade division separately. And that was snapped up by Bally Midway. Or just Midway, as they were then called. You know, Midway, the guys who published Mortal Kombat. They owned half of Atari for a while. And they released new arcade games under the title Atari Games. Meanwhile, the home Atari just called themselves Atari. Anyway, long story short, these days Atari, the home Atari name got passed around and wound up in the hands of a French company, originally called Infogrames, who changed their name to Atari just to be confusing, and kind of just was stupid for a while. But the current people running Infogrames, I really, not Infogrames, Atari. They're just Atari now. I guess Atari SA, technically. And I like to be specific because the Atari name has been on like a million companies. I have gotten yelled at by Atari, on forums and such, not on my stream, but for specifically nitpickingly calling them Atari SA, but they're Atari SA to separate them from Atari Inc., Atari Games, etc., which are all different companies. So anyway, Atari Inc. is now Atari SA, owned by the former Infogrames. They're the ones making pretty good decisions lately with their classic lineup. And they just bought Mattel's in television line, which includes a series of Atari 2600 games, the M Network games. And I forgot where I was going with this, but right, I started talking about the font. All this to say, I like that font. Anyway, the arcade division, Atari Games, eventually was renamed Midway Games, and then Midway went bankrupt, and it was bought by Warner Brothers for their Warner Brothers games, and Warner Brothers still owns them. And I don't think they have any idea, because Warner Brothers originally owned Atari back in the 70s. And I don't think they have any idea they have at least part of Atari back after all these years. They certainly have not tried to capitalize on it. In any event, all this to say, yeah, I like that font. That's why I chose that font for a console I've never played. And I wanted to see if I hit S. Okay, the problem is S starts the game. So, did I... Oh, no, it should be key P. Okay, so I hit P. Oh. Let's remove hide pieces. P? There we go. Yeah, I wish the pieces did not appear in front of the text. If they did, I wouldn't set them invisible in the first place. Between games. I know why they do it, but they shouldn't do it. Let's see here. Just what should not be show behind parent? Hang on a second. I don't think. Let's see. Yeah, there's no way to uninvisible the pieces, except I think by hitting O. O makes the pieces disappear, yeah. P? T? E? R? E? P? Yeah, because of the way the pieces are drawn, and because of a quirk in, Can I set them all to show behind parent? Show behind parent equals true. Let's see if that works. It might. E P. So it doesn't. Does not at all. Child top level equals false. O P. That did it! Oh, goodness. Well, that's perfect. So, game over. So I want game over not to have show piece, hide pieces. I want it to be show pieces. Have I been showing this right? Yes, okay. Fighting Chess is on top. So what I want to do... I want to do a quick game here. Interesting. It should be pretty quick. Should be, okay, it's not. The cracks are bigger, but they're too big. So you know what? I'm gonna play with cracks. Make some bigger. And let's check movement. Okay. Yeah, let's make them a little smaller. Is the idea here, because if they're too big, and battle player. I think battle player has. Okay. Check battle too, just to make sure. Yeah, let's just make sure. Body. I don't think body has anything in it. No, it does not. It is all empty. I mean, it has stuff in it, but it's all comments. And it's just here to extend battle piece and define, properly define the pieces. Okay. So I need to watch this play once more to make sure. One, I want to double check the cracks. Yeah, I think that looks a little better. Because yeah, if they're too small, then you can't see the cracks. But if they're too big, then there's too few cracks, and they also don't show up right. I want lots of little cracks. Whole lot of lumps. I don't think I'm getting to doing online stuff today. Sorry for being inaccurate. But every time I start the game up, I find things that need fixing. Yeah. It's the one other thing I want to do, but I don't know if I can do, at least not easily, are the checkers. They move right, but they don't look like they move right. Or I should say, they don't look like they capture right. They look like they're capturing by landing on the piece. But they do, in fact, jump over the opposing piece. But also, I want to see the game end routine, make sure it's drawing correctly. Oh, there we go. Froggy! I love that the frog is so different. That was weird. I didn't like that. So I'm not sure it was why the... The frog is pretty deadly too. But it's a lot weaker. It's very fast. Has a long range for melee, but it also has a very weak attack. Very fast, long range for melee. It also has a lot of health. Because it's a big burly frog. That it's a cracked frog. That poor froggy. He takes one step at a time. The way that he moves has no reason or rhyme. I think its attack's even faster than the pawn. I've said this before, but the frog is a real fairy chess piece. Oh. Ah, yes, this is a checkmate game. Oh, right, there's no frogs in a non-checkmate game. There's no frogs, and there are checkers. The checkers and sorceresses are exclusive to random games. The frog and the dragon are exclusive to random games with win condition checkmate. This is not good for the white one. And yes, it put it over the pieces. This is good, because I didn't like that you couldn't see the pieces after a game. I can't believe it was that simple. It usually is. Except when it isn't. Solutions are simple, except when they're impossible. Yeah, I do think those cracks look better. Little zoomed in a little more, so they're thicker and fewer. I don't know if the battle crack is exactly the same as the there you go, child 0. There, crack, no 2D, crack modulate, yeah. Let's see if the cracks spin with the frog when he turns. That's an interesting thing to check. Uh, there we go. Okay, let's just see here. Let's crack the frog. I believe the... Huh. I think it does. Yes, it does. Killed that ding-dang frog. Right, that's why I didn't want them, ugh. Okay, hang on. I want to do one more thing. Just plus. Show pieces. If mode equals game over, then child top level equals false, else child top level true. Okay. Good, because I don't... That's why I didn't... That's why I had them top level, because they were being covered up by the highlight squares. But now, okay, so they're on the top level when the game is running, but then they move off the top level. And they move off the top level when the game ends. Good. That's a pretty good selection of moves there. I do hope I've had the game showing all this time. I do! I have! I am, I said, to no one there. And no one heard at all, not even the chair. in battle, the cracks look smaller and thinner than they do in. I wonder if that's just because I haven't restarted the. Uh, okay, crack. Doesn't need that. Transform scale 0.05, 0.05. So let's see. Okay. Battle. Okay. Okay. Yes, that looks better. Some other. So yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, it looks like one checker landed on the other, but it actually jumped. Boom. Oh, game's about to end anyway, so I want to check something. I'll check something and see how it looks. Okay, hang on. I need to check. I need to check my second screen here to see if that worked. Oh man, it's 6 o'clock. Okay, so in about an hour. In about an hour, I will want do thing happy thing do. Let's see, Great Uncle Pixel. Looking at my phone. This should have the correct colors for everything. Keep using web. My phones are starting to run out of space, so I don't need to download Twitch. Bad enough, I'm probably gonna have to. Probably should download Firefox, but so I'm definitely want to see because you notice I colored the king yellow here. Um, colored the king yellow. I tried to color the other king uh as well. Let's see here. Oh, that's not no, let's leave it on human. Let's see. Start the game again. Trying. Nope, even on a full color screen with the proper colors for the pieces, uh, it doesn't look right. I wanted there be some visual indication that it's in checkmate mode without having it saying checkmate mode in letters on the screen anywhere. Hmm. Okay. Um, 0, comma 0.5, 0.5. Try to maybe make that a little darker? That work? Let me keep an eye on my other screen. No. Oh. Child dot ownership. No wonder it's not working. So let's try that the way it was. 0, 1, 1, 0. No wonder I was looking at the wrong variable. That work? Did it? Huh? No. At least not the way I wanted it to. So let's just do one more. Man, you'd think this would be simple. Okay, see, that's not good, is what that is. I think I made it black by mistake. Like actual factual black. Ooh. Right, and that. Oh, and that messes it up anyway. Selecting the piece messes it up anyway. Oh, that tells me my delivery is on its way. So, I didn't get much what I wanted done today. I didn't at all get what I wanted done today. I am going to remove this color palette changing thingy. That it'll change it for the next game. It isn't retroactive for an in progress game. So when I start another game, the next game will be. I don't think it's a bad idea, but I think it's going to take more than just adding one line of code. Yeah, I do like. Hmm. The scale of the cracks looks different on the white pieces versus the black pieces in combat only. I just cracked all the pieces. I hit the C button to crack all the pieces, whether they're in combat or not. Cracks are really hard to see on the red king, but they're the black king. But that's because I kind of screwed up the color there. That's not the color I want. Hmm. Yeah, I saw that. The piece disappeared and then reappeared for some reason. Means the color the modulation is undoing itself for some reason. That's only happened twice, and I'm not sure what causes it. Both times it was a white piece, though. It really shouldn't matter. There's no difference. Wow. Simultaneous? Yeah. Wow, I didn't even get to see if it was actually pitch black. Yeah, I do want to. I do want to make. mm, I think what I might do is not now. Right now, I'm gonna go put on a shirt. I shouldn't have said that out loud. It's hot in here, but get ready for and get ready to have yummy, yummy drinks delivered because it's hot in here. It's been hotter. It has been definitely been hotter. And it's supposed to get hot again. And if someone said something just now, I apologize. I didn't hear it because I had my headphones off for a second to. Let me just go over here. Oh yeah, someone did. Look at that. Wasn't someone? Wasn't someone I want in the server though. Go away. Why? Why do you think I want your stupid AI bot crap infesting my channel, infesting my life? Go away, AI. Yeah, I think tomorrow I'll spend some time figuring out the multiplayer off stream when I can just sit here and stare at it for hours without trying to be engaging. I don't know how engaging I am half the time anyway, but when I get deep into trying to figure something out, I definitely just go into to stare at screen mode with silence. There is nothing but silence. There is no one talking. There is no typing happening even. I am just reading silently to myself. And that doesn't work very well. You know what? I'm going to do this once more. Make them both yellow. And just see what that looks like. Okay. E O E O E O E. Take a look over here. And yeah, it looks like the red the red piece already has so much red, because making it yellow means removing the blue and just leaving the red and the green. But the red pieces are just red, so removing the blue doesn't do anything because there was no blue there to begin with. And to make it orange, I'd have to crank up I don't even know if that's a thing I could do. Make it, just crank it up, make it orange. Probably not going to work. Nope. Can't have modulate more than 100. So, heck, and there's other problems with it, but, and there's the problem that as soon as it moves, it reverts to its normal color anyway. So, anyway, I'm going to get the heck out of here and go, get my groceries. I hope everyone wasn't too bored. I wasn't. I was I was doing stuff at least. And I'll be back on Wednesday. Probably. Probably. It's actually going to be a pretty busy week, so I'm not sure if I'll be back on Wednesday. I will definitely be back on Friday because I want to be here for the big stream event in the middle of the night. But so I'll see you then. I'll see you definitely Friday, probably Wednesday. And everyone have a good evening and a good night, and I'm gonna do a raid. Here we go. Hitting the raid. And